What's going on, Fanout Crew? It's been a while since we've been back. Doesn't make sense. We've been gone for a while. Now we're back. That makes sense. John, how's it going, man?
It is going incredibly well, Colby, and we have spoken several times over the last few weeks. We just haven't
That we
had a
have.
show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You came over for my little guy's 8th birthday. Finally played some pinball over here.
Oh man, that was a blast.
It was. It was very cool.
It was hard for me to get off those pinball machines. It was a lot of fun.
One more game, especially when they're free. It's
Oh
just
hell yeah! I had
got
so many
pinball
quarters in the bank of Colby, just spinning all of his quarters.
So, we have been gone for a while. For those of you who are new to the channel, we typically, just talk about basically MCU shows, anything pop culture related. We got some sports. We kind of do whatever, stuff that interests us. We've been gone for like 3 weeks now. So a lot of stuff has happened. We have finally seen the end of Rings of Power. At least I have. I don't know.
I still have not. I have not.
House of the Dragon still the best show on television. She-Hulk wrapped up. We've got some other MCU news to talk about casting wise. Before we get into all that, I believe Jonathan wants to take the floor and do a little rant about some goings on in the NFL. John,
Okay.
Take it.
All right, really quick. I got to preface this with a little bit of context. I am in the fan club of the NFL. I enjoy the NFL more than I do more than I have college football the last few years, for one reason or another. And I've been an ardent defender of what the NFL does, whether it be just everything from their protests. I was like, hey man, let them protest the way they want to do it. If they want to freaking have an entire campaign where the commercials are literally saying football is gay. I was like, I was a defender of that. Hey, let them say whatever they want. Let them do whatever they want. And for the most part, I've been defending the NFL every time I've heard anybody call any of their players a prima donna or something like that, overpaid and what have you. And I've been, hey man, look, you could fit it's just like you could fit every person that starts as a quarterback for an NFL team on one school bus. That's how few of them are there. That's why those guys make millions of dollars. That's a completely different argument. Where I felt like the NFL stabbed me right in the chest and gutted me is everything that went on with Tua Tagovailoa. That, like, you don't want to ever like to see a guy get hurt. I've learned that ever since I was in sports. You clap for the other guy, even if he's not on your team, when he can stand up. And it is terrifying when you see any player on any team, or hell, even just a human being collapse, doing anything. It's scary in real time. So of course I'm talking about what happened. I think it was the Miami versus, I believe they were playing the Bills, and Tua did his infamous stumble. He stood up, he took a few steps, and he stumbled.
The release, the pass rusher came on top.
Oh yeah, is this the? Oh yeah.
Tagovailoa suffered some type of an injury on this play.
All right, so you watch that. That is literally a guy getting pushed down to the ground. He stands up. He's a little wobbly.
Getting up. Oh my goodness.
That is scary.
They will take him to the sideline immediately.
That is incredibly scary to see. So when you see that in real time, and you go back and you watch that play 100 times, it's like he looks like he just gets pushed. And you have to like really understand that, yes, his head bounced off the ground. I mean, at the same time, you'll see guys get rocked like that nonstop throughout an NFL game. But again, the alarming part isn't the fact that he got hit. The alarming part is the aftermath of when he stood up and he started walking. And I am not a medical expert. I got a wall full of Transformers behind me. I got pops on the wall, like every other nerd does. I'm not a medical expert, but when you see something like that, I don't think there's any shame whatsoever of taking that individual as like, hey man, you're done. Not your career's ended, but you're going to sit right here until we figure this out. And so I think I was shocked that I believe that game was on a Sunday. The Miami Dolphins played their next game on a Thursday night. 5 days.
Ability to make adjustments at halftime. To a rolling left with the grain, and down he goes.
Jeez.
Josh Tupu. And
Holy shit. Dude, that is still like I get speechless when I watch that thing. Where now I'm getting all emotional. I'm gonna try to stick to logic here. That should have never fucking happened. Ever. It's in where it sucks is like, again, I've defended these assholes over the however many years that I've been. I really like just enjoying the product of the NFL and seeing that somebody somewhere was like, oh no, this guy's good to go, and literally put his life on the line or his life at stake for a fucking game it's fucking tragic. It's a tragedy. And then I start getting angry because I know I'm not an idiot. I'm fully aware that the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I think last year they profited $13 billion. And it upsets me, again, when they have their football is gay campaigns and they're going to go wear pink for breast cancer awareness. All that is great. But you can't have the fucking commissioner get on some kind of platform and be like, hey, this is not cool. We do not condone this. We're going to fix this situation. Just nothing. It was a whole bunch of finger pointing about how Tua said that he hurt his back or he hurt his ankle, or they fired some patsy for saying that no, he's cleared, he's good to go. That is fucking unacceptable. $13 billion a year. You guys should be the lead in brain and spinal cord injury medicine. You guys should go, like, seriously, buy your own freaking facilities that help the study of this shit and help people like you. You dump 13 billion. Now I'm not saying all 13 billion, but Jesus, just one of that. If you pumped $1 billion a year in privatized medicine to sit there and help with brain injury, get the fuck out of here. You would see, like, it would be the biggest shot into medicine in forever since COVID, and how many billions of dollars went into researching a cure for COVID, or excuse me, a vaccine for COVID. It's just, again, it's really hard to sit there and be like, oh yeah, these guys are, and I completely understand. And all the players understand. They sign the waiver. They say, yes, I'm going to allow another human being. I'm going to allow a 350-pound individual to hit me as hard as they can. I'm going to sign the waiver and allow that to happen to me. But Jesus, man, if anything, man, if a guy, you see his arm get snapped in half on the field, there isn't a medical waiver that says, oh no, he's good to go. It's like, no, dude, you're done. We saw your arm look like a spaghetti noodle. You're done. But to sit there and tell a guy that, oh yeah, 5 days after, you cannot stand on your own feet, that no, you're good to go, unacceptable. And I'm thankful for that this did happen to Tua, because now they've since this has happened, they have interjected in the concussion protocol that if you have any of those symptoms, if you get up and you're shaking your head, you're wobbly, you're out for at least a week, which is awesome. And I know it sucks because every single person that plays football, they are alpha males. They are diehard competitors. They want to be on the field. Shit, I guarantee you, Tua would be playing defense if you let him. That's how hardcore these guys are. But at some point, man, somebody has to step in. It's like, nah, dude, you're fucking, you're worth more than 14 fucking points on the board, man. We want you to stick around. We want you to be here next year and the year after that. We want your fucking kids not to roll you around in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. So, Cole, that's all I got on that, man. You got anything else that you want to say about this? I've had that pent up in here for a while, and I've wanted to say it on social media. It'd be like, hey, like, it sucks. And I'm not a Dolphins. I'm not going to call myself a Dolphins fan, but I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of competition. And something like this doesn't need to go fucking unpunished. It definitely doesn't need to go unspoken about.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it. I am an Alabama fan. I really hated it to see that happen to Tua. I don't want to see it happen to anyone, but it
Yep.
really hit home for me. Tua was my quarterback for 2 years. But the thing that really makes me mad the most is they just sort of put him out there, and then you have stuff like this, and it's like, now he did get fined for trying to kick the guy, and I'm just like, they're gonna call a flag on that.
Yep.
They got to protect their golden boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they do another one like this, where I don't care what the rule says about falling on top of the player. Those last two plays are not penalties. Like,
no,
they aren't. But it's weird how they protect those two players, but just put the other one out there sight unseen. And dude, his hands. I mean, that's I think that's called second impact syndrome, something like that, where basically like you have two concussions effectively, very quickly, it's horrible to see.
I'm not coming to the defense of anybody. I do know that both of those plays, the Tom Brady and the Derek Carr plays, came after everyone was
correct.
In an uproar.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like they're looking for it now, and it's like, why do we even play the game if those are going to be penalties, but the other ones aren't? The one where Tua got the second one, like he got rocked, dude.
Yeah.
Like suplexed, and they didn't call anything. And it's like, why did it take this, to happen to start, look, it's in the rule book. So yeah, those should be penalties. I don't agree with that personally. I think if you hit a guy in the head, it's different. But if you tackle him, it shouldn't be from the passer. Plus, how is it roughing the passer on a play where no pass is thrown? I've never understood that. Anyway, anything else on the NFL before we move on to the next topic?
My predictions by week have been completely blown out of the water, thanks to the New York Giants and the New York Jets, and who else has just been terrible? I thought the Rams not being who I thought they were going to be.
They, I mean, like, dude, that's not that uncommon. Those Super Bowl teams, it's common to have a little bit of a letdown, but yeah, they're not. They don't even look like a playoff team.
Oh, dude, around week 6, 7, I started looking at if the playoffs happen today, who'd be in the playoffs. We have 3 teams from the NFC East in the fucking playoffs right now. I would have never called that. The fact that we have a 3-way tie, I believe, for the NFC South between the Bucks, the Falcons, and the Saints are all 3-3.
Right.
It's just
NFL's a weird thing, man. It just is. It's weird how it works.
I think we currently have a 6-way tie to see who would be the 7th seeded playoff team, because there's 6 3-3 teams. I'm like, holy God, and that's over the NFC. Now I know I say this. Well, it's week 6 is like there's 17 games in the NFL season. There's
a lot can happen.
Halfway yet.
A lot can happen.
So, but that's the only thing I want to touch on the NFL. How it's been batshit crazy. The Bills look amazing. The Eagles look amazing. The fucking Eagles look amazing.
I know. I can't believe how good Jalen Hurts is. I mean, I thought he would be a project quarterback in the NFL. I never thought he would be as good as he is. Anyway, we can talk about sports forever. Yeah. Before we do move on to the next topic, I do want to give a shout out to a friend of mine. He started a channel recently called Lucid Memory. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's some lo-fi hip hop and some synthwave, old school retro stuff. John, I know you were listening to the music in the background while you were working and stuff. It's great for that. Go give that channel a sub. I'm actually helping host the stream. It's like 2 feet from me, which is kind of interesting. So definitely give that a look. We'd appreciate it. What do you want to talk about, man? We're 15 minutes in and talked about concussions. Let's get on to some lighter stuff.
Well, Colby, I feel like there's a particular 6'7" green monster we're not allowed to talk about. No, not necessarily not allowed to talk about. We're not allowed to enjoy the content that was provided to us. And I'm talking about She-Hulk is finally wrapped up. Now, And again, what has happened here is that She-Hulk, to me, is a perfectly adequate show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is neat, you know. And it would be one of those shows that I'd look up, and it'd be 3:00 on a Thursday. It's like, oh shit, I haven't watched She-Hulk yet. You know, turn
Right.
it on, and you know,
Yeah.
again, you can't step away and make a sandwich during the credits because it's over by the time you get back with your sandwich. But then you go online and you just hear all the vitriol that's coming out of everybody's mouth.
You're not
about the
allowed to
show.
enjoy this show. You're just
Dude.
you're not allowed to. It's really weird because you know the Star Wars sequels suck. Okay. But if you like them, great. Like I enjoy them even though they're horrible, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird. To me, She-Hulk like I liken it to this is going to be weird. Eating Halloween candy as an adult. Okay? Seriously, like just stay with me for a second, okay? It's not you're not going to get a lot out of it, right? It's not going to be like very like nourishing or anything like that. You're going to enjoy it for a little bit and you're going to put it back in the pantry. A week later, you're going to open it and be like, "Oh, that's there. Let's check that out again." You know, and then before you can get too much into it, it's gone, or you got a stomachache. You can't like there's so much going on in this show, especially in the finale. That you want to talk about the finale specifically?
No, I was just gonna say, no. To your Halloween candy analogy, it's just like, oh, cool, a Reese's cup. Nobody else is eating it. I'll eat it.
Right.
Pop it in your mouth and chew it up. You don't tell everybody that you ate a Reese's cup.
Yeah, exactly. You just enjoy it.
That was enjoyable. That was enjoyable. That was a great piece.
That's all it is. It's just meant to be fun. Like sometimes things are just meant to be fun and silly, you know? I don't understand the hate. Vitriol was, you know, you used that word earlier. That's a good word for it. I don't get it. This show wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. In the first few episodes, I was like, this isn't what I wanted at all. But I stayed with it and enjoy it for what it is. And it's not S tier MCU. It's not Endgame or Civil War. I mean, it's fine. I laugh my ass off.
Can we talk about
during a lot of these scenes?
Can we talk about some of the things it isn't? It isn't an attack on men.
No, it's not. I don't like what. Man,
it isn't.
I don't get it, dude.
Dude, what's really kind of screwed up. You put a dude as the protagonist in this show, and I
was just gonna say
on and off superpowers, and they make a dating profile.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if they made it Hulk and he changes careers to a freaking attorney, people be like, "Oh my god, he's talking to the audience now. He's the new Deadpool." You know,
he's knocking boots. He's promiscuous. Yeah. You know, it's just like we wouldn't have a problem with it, man. I just do not. Again, every time somebody's like, "Oh yeah, they're going to treat every." First off, they don't treat not every dude is in the same category in this. Right. It's like, well, the only stand-up guy was just trying to sleep with her to get her blood or whatever, and I'm like,
he obviously wasn't a stand-up.
He obviously wasn't a stand-up guy.
Come on, dude. I mean, dude.
It's just like, and you know, it's just like they make it a point to where she goes to this self-help group and it's all dudes. They're all dudes admitting that they have faults and maybe they're not like the greatest for society. And she is a part of that group. And I love that scene. It's just like all the scenes that have to do with character development. Yes, there's a whole bunch of shit in there that's like, oh my god, yes. Oh my god, if you want to pick apart a show called She-Hulk that is based on a character that is literally in her own comics ripping through advertisements to get to the end of the story.
When she can't get to the villain's lair, she can't figure out where it is. She just rips through the pages and gets there. And people are looking at this like, this is ridiculous. It's like, what did you expect?
It's been an entire issue and she can't figure out who the bad guy is. And so she'll rip through the pages to figure out who the hell is the bad guy.
What did you think this was gonna be?
Yeah, I want to know what everyone thought a movie or a show called She-Hulk. Now, I completely agree. There are some episodes in here, but this is every MCU movie. This is every MCU show. There are scenes or sections you could just do it out. You don't need him in there.
Sure.
And I completely agree that yes, the wedding episode is a little and
But
there's one.
they even like make fun of it. Like that's the
Yes.
whole point,
Yes,
right?
that is the point.
That is the whole point. They're like, wait a minute, we just had an action set piece, and this is how we're gonna finish the season before the big finale. Wow,
Yep.
okay.
And then dude, first off, I love like a little show like this is perfect for introducing a dozen no-named Marvel characters.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I saw so many like comments about how like every guy in the show is a villain. I'm like, there's literally a female villain in the show.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Yeah,
so,
I mean, whatever. Like, you don't have to like it. I mean, this could not be your cup of tea. The way she talks to the camera, and dude, I absolutely lost my shit when the Disney Plus menu came up. I was like looking at my remote, like, what in the hell just happened? And then she's talking, going through all like, so good.
Now, see, and now again, that's a point of contention that everybody's like, it just
that worked for me,
dude. Exactly worked for me too. I was just like, is she really? Is like, oh wow,
yeah,
like, oh wow,
yeah.
I was just like, wow, all right.
And the whole Kevin thing.
Oh my god,
they had his little hat. And he was like, the animators have already moved on to another project, so you're gonna have to transition off screen. Wow. Okay. Because there's been so much, hate in recently about how Marvel doesn't like do enough time on their CGI, and they were like, all right, that's how it's gonna be. We're just gonna put that. Like, I don't know, man. This finale worked for me. I was just grinning the entire time, and their version of Daredevil is nowhere near as brutal as the one on Netflix, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's like actually Daredevil now. He's flipping around and doing acrobatics and stuff. Like, I want to see him and Spider-Man just do stuff.
To your point, everybody's like, well, he was more brutal. It's just like, you're right. In this one, he did a lot of one-hit KOs.
Yeah.
Which makes him less brutal. If you can punch a guy one time, you don't have to beat the hell out of him to knock him out.
Yeah,
it makes it less brutal. But
this is the MCU. This isn't the Netflix series,
Yeah, and which is, like I said, it was completely fine. I thought Matt Murdock / Daredevil was completely fine for the MCU.
Yeah,
Matt Murdock or Daredevil. However, I'm going to mess this up for you, Cole. I believe, like, I maybe not entirely, but if you go back and you look at Daredevil's helmet, right next to Cap's helmet. I swear to God, it's like
the exact same.
Prop. I think it's a reused prop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no. Like I saw like something, like some kind of detail was on the helmet. And
well, at least they have like comic precedent for that color scheme. Like that's a costume he wore. It definitely looks better at night. In the daytime, when he showed up at the end, he just kind of like falls down from the sky. He's like, Jen, I'm here to help. It looked a little weird, but it's a freaking Disney Plus show. It's just supposed to be fun, people.
Yeah. Like, if you're one of these guys that praises, WandaVision, but like throw
for
this
being
one
different,
and I have no idea. Like I'll be the first one to admit, WandaVision is not my favorite MCU show. I still think my favorite.
Don't let John Campea hear you say that.
No, I think my favorite is still because it just feels like more MCU-ish than everything else was Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's the one that feels the most MCU.
The most even keel. You can see that. You can see that being a movie.
Yeah, and so the rest of them are just like completely fine. But I don't think there's ever
Moon Knight's really good. I love Loki too.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single MCU show that I've come out and been like, oh,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Hawkeye. If I had not seen it, I mean, I could do without it, but it was okay. It was enjoyable. Don't love their iteration of Kingpin, but we may see a better version of that later on. We don't know.
Yep. So, and I mean, still, I think. I think hell, we just recently did a review of Phase 4, and I still think the only movie I can deal without in the entirety of the MCU is still Multiverse of Madness. I am still just so over that movie.
For me, it's Eternals. Eternals because of the fact that like there's so much cosmic stuff going on there that affects like the entire planet, and they're just like, meh. So of course, Multiverse of Madness, same way. I mean, same thing. I hear you.
Yeah.
Anyway, look. I mean, look. If you don't like She-Hulk, that's fine. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, don't enjoy it but don't enjoy it because you don't enjoy it. Don't don't like we had. I mean, dude, we had so many freaking bots, just going crazy because we were talking about the MCU, and I'm just like, what is this?
I
When
don't
did
know,
people
man.
become so like when did it become not okay to enjoy things?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't get it, man. It's like the whole nerd culture thing has come back around again, where
Yep.
like because like nerds won about 10 years ago,
We did. Hard.
and yeah, and then it just went the other way, and it's like, oh, you're not hard, you're not nerdy enough, and I don't get it, man. I had so many people like not like threaten me or anything, but I just had a lot of people online that were just, how could you like Thor Love and Thunder? It's garbage. I'm like, okay, cool. You didn't like it. I loved every minute of it,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, dude, I'm if I had to put She-Hulk in bracket, I'd put it in C. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of great movies in the MCU that are in C tier for me.
Yeah. It's a high C, low B, maybe.
And I will go, and I already know I'm gonna go back and rewatch it because I could rewatch the entire series in like 3 hours.
So that's the only thing. Like, this may be the only series that I think is truly rewatchable.
Because of how fast it is. I mean, it's
well, not
really
not just that, because like it's so lighthearted. Like Moon Knight, that 5th episode with where we finally realized how, like, why he created Steven.
Yeah,
that shit was hard to watch.
Yeah,
Falcon Winter Soldier is, like you said, is just sort of even throughout, but it's not rewatchable, right?
Yeah, you know the story.
Yeah, this one I could just, because there's so many one-liners, things that you miss, like when the guy that hires her, I think it's the 1st or 2nd episode, like she's sitting across the desk from him, and his assistant comes in, and he's like, "Oh, that's right, he doesn't like the cold. Go ahead and send him to Alaska or whatever, something like that." And it's just a really quick thing, and then she goes away, and it's things like that just happen in this show. They're just very quick. And dude, I loved the opening sequence in this when they just shot for shot remade the original Incredible Hulk.
Oh my god,
opening, yes. and people were like, it has nothing to do with the show. Why is it even here? And I'm just like, guys, like, she talks to the camera, okay? She just deal with it, dude. She goes to the MC Marvel Studios headquarters. I mean, like, if it doesn't work for you, that's fine, but it really worked for me. I really liked especially the finale.
And so, really quick, we're gonna let me tell you a little bit about how bullshit the Rotten Tomato score is, right? It's based on a series, right? You go right now and you can check out the Rotten Tomatoes. I checked it today. I think audience
what, She-Hulk?
She-Hulk is like 40%. It's like 39, 40%.
Or what? Audience score?
For audience score.
Now, audience 35,
yeah,
average tomato meter, which I guess is critics 87.
So now
let's talk about what that actually means.
Now, what that actually means, that means that about 3.5 out of 10 people clicked no. Opposite.
It doesn't mean it's it doesn't mean it's a 35% out of 100 as far as quality. It simply means 35 people out of 100 liked it. They recommended it. Is what it means. Do you recommend it, or do you like it? Yes.
Oh, dude. See, that would be my thing. It's just like, how would I not recommend this to somebody?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's funny, it's lighthearted.
Now, with why that whole statistic is thrown out, people literally, because there are a percentage of people that just hate it, and as soon as you were able to put a vote on there, like, no. And then after the first 10 minutes, first 15, no. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then because if that meter hasn't moved since the series finale, that just shows you that nobody watched all this fucking show,
right?
And do those votes for Rotten Tomato purposes still fucking count?
I mean, look, I couldn't give two shits about what Rotten Tomatoes says from critics or audience score. Like, oh god, there's so many movies on there that are liked by people that I can't stand, and vice versa. And it's like, hey, that's why we do this. Like, they're not for everyone. They're for entertainment purposes. Were you entertained? Cool. I wasn't, or I was, or whatever. It's like, don't make it so personal. Yeah.
I think what is it? I think even I just recently rewatched you and Brian's tier list of of all the MCU movies. And
Yeah.
Brian brought up the fact, number one, is like how rewatchable is something that increases his score of
Yeah.
a movie, is how rewatchable something is. And so it's just like if you're one of these people that you go into She-Hulk expecting and you want Shakespeare, but yet that is taken from you, of course you're not gonna love it. It's like, I
Yeah.
came here for Shakespeare. And you mark it a no.
Yeah.
Would not recommend for all my Shakespearean
Yeah.
brethren out there.
It's not about not liking it. It's about the fact that people are getting, bullied for liking it,
Oh my
or
God.
or they're being called MCU shills or whatever, and it's like maybe some people just enjoy this.
First off, if Marvel wants to cut me a check to sit here and continue to
Seriously.
enjoy 99% of their products, then by all means, you can
Yeah.
cut me a check. Again, with the exception, like I don't know if there would, it would, you would know.
They
I would put it this
couldn't
way.
pay me to give a positive review for Eternals. Okay,
I would be in a different room. You would know it if I was living in a
You'd
different
have
room.
deniability. Like I didn't
Oh
see him
my
take any
God.
money.
I'd be like, I'm fanning myself with $100. Oh yeah, Multiverse of Madness, perfect.
Fan out.
Let's
Anyway.
end this. We got to end the podcast early. I've got to go for a ride on the rolls. It would be a lot of money.
All right. We've talked about She-Hulk. Look, I mean, go watch it. Enjoy it or don't. I mean, that's all there is to it. That's what this whole thing is about.
Or,
enjoy things or don't.
Or don't go watch it, and me and Colby are still gonna fucking love it anyway. So
Yeah,
whatever.
you don't care. Do what you want.
I don't give a shit. But yeah, don't Jesus Christ, to attack anybody over what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy, particularly when it comes to a show or a movie.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. Get over yourselves.
My nose is bothering me. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, about that.
Speaking of the MCU again, did you check out that Werewolf by Night special they had? It's like maybe like an hour, not even like 50 minutes, something like that.
Yes. I think it was you.
Hit me. What do you got on Werewolf by Night?
Oh my God. That was like a little breath of fresh air.
My exact words when I
It
saw
was
this.
like, the hell are these movies, man?
Yeah.
It's just, first off, I'm not going to call it low budget. I'm not going to call it low budget.
No.
But it's not $250 million Thor Love
It's supposed to look like a B movie, and it does. They even have the cigarette burns in the corners. Did you notice that shit?
Yes.
Dude. Like,
dude.
We need more of this stuff. That's just these little one-off Elseworld things. Like, we don't even know when it takes place. Do we? I mean,
no.
I mean, and I want to know more about that family. Like, I thought this would have been a good opportunity to introduce Blade. Just have him in there. I get it. Because Mahershala Ali ain't getting any younger, and apparently that script is not doing very well.
Oh, I've heard that it's been delayed. I have no idea why or what's going on with it.
So in the comics, Werewolf by Night is actually the first appearance of Moon Knight. So when I heard they were making a Moon Knight series, and then I heard they were doing Werewolf by Night, I was like, this could be awesome. And they were not connected at all. And I was like, watching this, I did not miss Moon Knight at all. I was like, wait a minute. It didn't even occur to me. This was just, like you said, a breath of fresh air. And we had never seen anything like this in the MCU before.
You want to know what's nuts? There are a few, because we've already talked about it, a few MCU shows if they were just shot in that format, and I'm not saying black and white noir type shit, but if they were just shot as an hour and a half long movie, I think there'd be less complaints about the MCU shows. Yeah,
Hawkeye should have been this, like an hour-long special. We meet Kate Bishop. She's going through some shit. He helps her. Done. Like,
yep.
And like this felt like I expected to hear like Jeffrey Wright's voice. Like this felt like a what if episode to me, just sort of on its own. They need more of this.
Yes.
For sure.
Especially for lesser known characters. Like I said, we just talked about it in She-Hulk. I love the fact it's just like, no, are we going to get a movie where, hell, I can't even say Captain America anymore, where Thor is going to fight the porcupine? No, that'll never, ever, ever, ever happen. But just sit there.
Squirrel Girl is never going to go against Thanos.
Oh my God. Even though that's fucking bullshit, because she
I know.
single-handedly beat Thanos. But It was for what it is. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
odd. It's oddly this weird thing that you cannot explain. Like I tried, like we watched the trailer and Janina was like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm not sure either, but I've heard really, really good things. Let's just watch it. And we were just sitting there the whole time. We were like we got halfway through it and we both looked at each other and we were like, this is really good, right?
Yeah.
And it was just so, it felt like um it's hard to say, man.
No, you could tell like
it felt like Monster Squad a little bit, combined with a black and white B movie. It just felt like nothing like we'd seen before in the MCU.
You want to know what else it felt like that we haven't got in a while, in my opinion, from the MCU? It felt like it was a property that somebody cared about.
Yeah.
It's like somebody was like, we are going to do this right.
Right. And it doesn't have to tie into the rest of the MCU. No. I don't even think this is even considered part of Phase 4. It doesn't need to be. It's its own thing. And it just worked, dude. I mean, it's the guy with the, what was it, Jack, I think? He had the bomb and he could not get it into the crack. And I'm like, dude, you're going to have to just go do it, And Man Thing looked so good. Ted.
Yes.
And
Ted.
And it was just like, she's like, Ted, and you can see his whole his whole thing changes yeah, really, really good.
And again, I think somebody else brought up the fact that there's never been a bigger puppy dog that you don't want to piss off.
Right. He's a more dangerous version of Groot, big Groot. And black and white just works so well for this type of genre. And I loved how the Bloodstone was just red. And because black and white, you can really get into the the lighting, what do they call it? The shading and stuff is just better in black and white.
Oh, and then you go back and rewatch it, and when the werewolf is released and he's ripping his claws all over the place, the splats of blood that get on the go everywhere.
Yeah,
it's black.
And I love the fact that they could have just CGI'd the crap out of the werewolf, and that was their chance to say, hey, those MCU thing in battles at the end, that's what this is. No, he looked like an old school practical Wolfman type character, and I was like, man, this is made with love. And I
told you,
it's just so weird because there's people's heads getting smashed and it's so hard to explain, man. I really enjoyed it, dude. We need more of this.
Yeah, we did. Werewolf by Night. I haven't watched it again, but I need to. I owe it a little bit of respect. I got to check it out a second time. But everyone that was in it was great. Enjoyed everything. I always love a good Elsa Bloodstone story, who was one of the Midnight Suns. Really
totally want to see more of that.
Yeah, yes. It just then you keep that little universe all to itself.
Yeah,
have Elsa just be a hunter and go chasing after Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, it felt kind of like a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror is like an Elseworld is like an Elseworld episode of The Simpsons. They're in it. It happens, but then the next episode it's just back to normal, and it's just like a one-off thing that I really enjoyed, man. And it was just long enough to be the full story, but short enough where I was like, man, I want more of this.
Yep.
So
it was great.
Really, really good. Anything else on that?
I got nothing else that I don't think me and you can elaborate further on a little hour-long movie set in black and white. Really nice.
Ask me if I have a movie for you.
Do you have a movie for me today?
Yes, sir, I do. So no, I don't want to get copyright. So in the vein of watching Werewolf by Night, I was like, man, we need more of this Elseworld stuff that just, is just on its own. And I already said it reminded me of a live action What If episode, right?
Yeah.
And I had this idea, they would never do this, but if they did, it would make all of the money, like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I propose my amazing idea that I'm sure they've already thought of is to make a live action What If movie that's like 3 hours long,
Oh.
and it's just epic. And it's because Disney owns the rights to two of the most lucrative franchises in history. And I think that they could do it. I think they could pull it off if they took it seriously, where the Empire,
Yeah.
like old school, height of the Empire, Vader, Palpatine era, discovers some wormhole and they just arrive above New York City, and the Avengers have to defend Earth from the Empire. Because, dude, you talk about so many opportunities for like it's just fan service. The movie, like,
Yeah.
but like we start out in space, we hear Jeffrey Wright's voice talk about the multiverse and
Multiverse.
all of that stuff. We see a Star Destroyer, Vader's there, on the bridge, and they discover something, and they go through it. All of a sudden they just sort of arrive outside of Earth's orbit, and they're drawn to some kind of beacon. And later on we find out that like it's the Sanctum Sanctorum, and that's why they're drawn to New York, because there's some kind of power from the dark dimension that if the Empire discovers, we're just fucked. Okay. So like this would basically be like scorched Earth, dude. Fucking hell on Earth. Like bombardment of the Star Destroyer just destroying Earth from orbit. TIE bombers going over everywhere, just destroying shit. And like I was texting my brother like today, like off the dome. I was like, what if they did this? What if they did that? And I was just going like just rattling off like within the first 30 minutes, like Iron Man and Vader square off, and Vader just absolutely fucking demolishes Iron Man. Like, and Iron Man dies, very much in the vein of Optimus Prime and Transformers the movie, right? Like this guy's got to be stopped no matter the cost, and he comes out and he starts owning stormtroopers and shit, laying out ATSTs, and Vader just fucking like stabs him or something with a lightsaber, right? After using some force powers. And I was just like, man, they could like really do that. Because again, we're talking what if. So people that have died could still just be there. Again, this is not tied in to any MCU phase at all. I mean, you could have Cap like totally back. Robert Downey Jr. could be Iron Man. You could have fully awakened Thor. See, that's the thing. I got it all in my head, dude. Thor and Captain Marvel are off world doing something, right? The Guardians are trying to freaking do a space battle, because you gotta have a space battle. It's a Star Wars movie. They're trying to take on the Star Destroyer and all that shit. And dude, our Shield's planes have no effect on the TIE fighters because they've got shields and all that stuff, right? Like it's just we're screwed. And then very much in the like Infinity War style, Thor shows up just right at the right time, and that's when the Empire like unleashes Palpatine. And I'm just picturing Palpatine and Thor just fucking lightning battle. And I'm telling you, dude, all of the money, like it would there would not even have to be a script. Just be like, okay, action. Like, I mean, I don't know. So what do you think about that?
I hate
They would never do it, obviously.
It seems good to have a Star Wars versus MCU what if extravaganza.
Yeah, the problem is Disney would be like, well, we can't use Vader and Palpatine. We'd have to use the First Order. So it would have to be Kylo, and Rey would have to come in and say, yeah, like I'm saying, like it would end up being a travesty. Like they take the easiest layup in history and somehow like manage to miss it, or to fail. So I'm sorry for bringing the bar so high and then making you choke on it. But yeah, so that's my idea. I thought that was cool.
That'd been I'd have my own thoughts. Like they can end it like, well, I don't know if they have Avengers versus X-Men on
You can't-
the horizon.
You can't have Luke show up at the end because that would be too much like the Mandalorian. But I thought about it. I'm like, man, what if he fucking came through that one wormhole too, and at the end just like saved, the Avengers with
Picks
the
up Mjolnir.
Force. Ooh. Yeah. It would be just like Van Helsing in Monster Squad. Vader's getting pulled back in the wormhole, and Luke comes in at the end and grabs him. He's all like this.
Cap charges forward with a shield in one hand, lightsaber in the other.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah, it would be good. Hell, if freaking what is it? Free Guy can do it. Anyway, more MCU news.
I think Free Guy was the what if.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, dude, right? Just like it would be so they'd have a real chance that movie would make $2 billion, like, without even trying.
Yeah, and then everybody would hate it on the internet.
Yeah. I'm sure. No, it'd be horrible. It'd be horrible because Scarlet Witch would show up and like kill Palpatine, and they'd be like, MCU, gerbs.
He would kill Palpatine with a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. More MCU news. Apparently, hey, this kind of ties into Star Wars a little bit. I mean, I guess.
All right, let's get it.
It doesn't at all. You ever heard of this guy, Harrison Ford? He's like 80 something.
That's from the Indiana Jones movie.
He's from the first movie. That's the reaction I was looking for. So, Jesus Christ. He apparently has been cast as Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross. William Hurt passed away this year, and we need a replacement actor, and we have not seen Red Hulk yet.
No, we have not.
Is Harrison Ford our new Red Hulk, or just Thunderbolt Ross?
I got mixed emotions about Harrison Ford being in any property at this point.
He can. I mean, look, say what you want. Say what you want about The Force Awakens. He carried that movie.
No, it wasn't that. No, I'm talking about like he's a little up there in the numbers, the age.
Yeah.
Right? Unless they're trying to give Thaddeus Ross like a decent send off. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you'd bring somebody. I guess Harrison's pushing 80. I don't understand why you'd give Harrison that role unless you were planning on letting him go. Yeah, see, there you go. Let the old man rest, man. He's 80.
Yeah, I mean,
it's up all in the game
for sure. I mean, come on, dude. he's not going to be doing any of the action, but I don't know, man. I'm intrigued. I mean, I've always liked Harrison Ford as an actor. He's won Academy Awards. He's very good. I can see him in this role.
He's dying. Colby.
Sorry.
Colby, come back. No, but yeah. So yeah, I'm not knocking his acting talent. I think he's going to be awesome. Coming back as Thaddeus Ross / Red Hulk.
God, thank God I was muted there. Jesus, I just like part of my brain just came out. Anyway, so let's get on to the Harrison Ford news. He's been cast as Thaddeus Ross. Oh wait, we already covered that. Yeah, I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna. We talked about this before. There's not a whole lot of bad shit to say about this casting, other than the fact that dude is like 80 years old, picking up.
I mean, William Hurt was in his early 70s, I believe. So, Harrison Ford's a spry 80 years old or whatever he is. Yeah. Red Hulk feels like another possible Mephisto. Oh my God! Don't even. So now we're on the Red Hulk train. Eric Voss at New Rockstars is going to be like doing some Red Hulk videos, and dude, Mephisto it's weird because it's going to happen at some point, and then we're just going to be like, we're all going to be like the freaking Drake meme.
Not on the game. You heard it here first. Mephisto has been behind everything in the MCU.
Palpatine
every single baddie in the MCU has been pushed by Mephisto, and he's gonna be like, it's all part of big, huge, grandiose plan. Like I'm telling you, he was in the ear of Obadiah Stane or Slade.
Oh my God, Stane
in the first Iron Man. And then he was the guy like pushing Emil Blonsky to get the Hulk and the super soldier serum. I'm telling you.
It
would be perfect. You would tie everything together.
That is what they will end up doing. But that wasn't the plan, but it'll work.
Yeah,
It'll work because it's the MCU, and people will still hate it, but it'll be glorious. And they'll probably get like Jim Carrey to play him or something. Ooh, like I mean, oh come on. I mean, that's too on the nose. I mean, it's perfect, but
when did you get all the way off my back about that, Colby?
okay, let me get right off that thing. God, we're gonna get copyrighted so much with this. We got NFL plays on here.
I'm curious. How many more catchphrases we got? Wow.
Well, you forgot. Well, actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience, dude. So you were supposed to, and it didn't happen, but you were supposed to say, "Man, they can't do that with Avengers versus Star Wars." I'd have been like, actually, it's going to be quite simple. Hardly an annoyance. I would have done because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Sacha Baron Cohen is Mephisto. Interesting.
I saw the rumor today too on comicbook.com. And
is that for real? Like,
yeah, that's the rumor. It was from comicbookmovie.com.
Oh, so it's not
about it.
What does Campia say? It's not Joe's gas station movie vlog.fart or whatever. That give me a second. If that's not a website already, it needs to be. What is it? It's Joe's gas station review. I'm gonna buy that website. Joe's gas station review.fart.
And it's just gonna be Colby logging in every day. Mark Hamill is Captain America. Sources. I asked several sources, and no one could confirm whether or not Mark Hamill was not going to be Captain America. So therefore, it must be true. That is going to be cool.
Look, all I'm saying is we have never seen Luke Skywalker and Captain America in the same room at the same time. Okay. The script doesn't say he's not Captain America. Show me the script where it says he's not Captain America.
That's gonna be that's your entire blog.
That's the ring. That's like the new what they call the Rings of Power defense. They're like, show me where Tolkien didn't say elves were black. It's like right here. Like, yeah. Oh God, that show. How many episodes did you watch?
I believe I just haven't watched the last one, and I'm completely.
Oh, okay. I thought you stopped at like 3 or 4.
Oh no, I got to. It's just like, dude, it's
you couldn't help yourself, could you? You gotta watch it. Yeah, that's how I am. I'm like, it's on. Let's get through this.
It's like, oh, Diane won't be home for another 3 hours. I guess I'll watch Rings of Power. Do my nails.
Man, money can't buy happiness, and apparently it can't buy compelling characters or competent storytelling either. So yeah, dude, that apparently season 2 is years away.
Why? Like, why?
They were greenlit for 5 seasons. Why did they ever stop shooting anyway? Like, it's
when does season 2 of House of the Dragon come out, Colby?
Hang on. All in the Game says Black Adam ain't getting a lot of love from critics. The fact that they held their review embargo this late, just 3 days before the official release, is very telling. Yeah, that's usually very bad. I mean, it's a DCEU movie. Make of that what you will.
Well,
I mean, how many good movies are in the DCEU anyway?
They also did it with the most recent Spider-Man movie, but we all know why.
Yeah, sure.
It's because there's shit that, like, you would have heard everything that happened in that fucking movie as soon as that review embargo was lifted.
The after credit scene for Black Adam has already been spoiled, and it's like, just let people enjoy stuff.
I don't even know what it is. I'm not going to either.
Trust me, I'm not going to. I mean, you probably know without knowing. In your heart, you probably know.
I probably know exactly what it is, but I'm not saying. But
yeah. What else is going on, man? You had a question about House of the Dragon. You got some hot D questions for me?
No. I was just gonna ask when's season 2 of Hot D coming out?
I don't know. The problem with Hot D is the showrunner Ryan Condal, who is co-running it and co-writing, I think, and all this stuff, along with George R.R. Martin of Game of Thrones fame. Never heard of it? No. Ryan Condal is only doing season 1. And apparently the cast did not know that during filming. Like right before the first episode came out, he said, "Hey, I was only doing season 1." So the cast was kind of heartbroken by that. We'll see how season 2 does. The finale for season 1 is going to be epic, as all Westeros properties are, I imagine. So
Yep.
I don't know the answer, man. I hope it's not 2 years. I hope they do it every year. But
I just
it's
saw
this new. What's up?
Pick up filming at the end of summer.
The end of 2023 summer.
Yep.
Yeah, so probably will be 2 years.
But filming isn't expected to end. The filming is going to end until the summer 2023.
Okay, so they could potentially have it out by August or September or something. We'll see, man. Yeah, I heard 2024 for Hot D season 2. No Condal is still showrunner and head writer. Okay, Miguel Sapochnik, who left. So I must have misspoke. I thought it was Ryan Condal that left, because that was really devastating news to me, because I've seen interviews with him, Ryan Condal, and he knows this material. So I hope that's correct, because that sounds that I was really worried about that. And yeah. Miguel Sapochnik is great. He did some of the best Game of Thrones episodes, all the really like epic, huge battle scenes. He did a lot of them.
Do you have any trivia for me, Colby?
Do I have any trivia for you? I might have some trivia for you. Let's see what we got. So, what we got a quasi holiday coming up soon.
Whatever do you mean, Colby?
Boom.
Oh, hey!
So
Santa.
Yeah. So yeah, usually you're the one asking me trivia questions.
I've got some for you. I'm gonna let you hit me first.
You do have some for me?
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Oh, geez. All right. These are no particular order, but they are all in order. You ready for this thing now?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The movie Halloween begins with a scene of Michael killing his sister. What was her name?
Oh, don't know.
Judith Myers.
I almost said Judy.
That would have counted. I'd give it to you.
Oh, neat.
I think I have 11 questions, because why not?
Because great.
Let's see. How old is Michael when he kills his sister?
6
years old. That's one.
That was a guess too.
Really?
Yeah.
You should have owned it. I mean, like, I knew that one. Let's see. What is the name of the sanitarium Michael escapes from?
Marcy.
It's a very common last name. Smith's
Institute.
Smith's Grove.
I said Grove. Right.
Oh, okay. I heard Institute. Maybe I hear with an accent.
Yeah.
So how does Michael escape?
Well, usually some people like to take a nice long bubble bath with some Epsom salt. I have no idea how Michael escaped.
He steals Dr. Loomis's car.
Neat.
How did Michael get Nurse Marion to flee the car that he stole?
He brought the keyboard with him and was playing the Halloween theme song, and it creeped her the fuck out.
Man, that's some meta shit. He breaks the window with his bare hands.
Oh, that's scary.
All right, you're never gonna get this one. If you get this one, we're just gonna stop, because like you're the Halloween master at this point. What 2 movies do Lindsay and Tommy watch throughout the course of the night? You and I just watched it recently. One of them.
That was The Thing.
The Thing is one of them.
Yeah, that's John Carpenter's The Thing. And is it another John Carpenter flick?
I don't think so. It rhymes with Clantastic Voyage.
Oh, that would be Star Wars: New Hope.
No.
Oh.
Fantastic Voyage. I literally handed it to you. All right, here we go. What song is playing on the radio when Annie and Lori drive to their babysitting jobs? Come on.
That would be Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Nope. Come on.
Or is it more cowbell? That's Don't Fear the Reaper by
Yes,
Blue
it's
Oyster
Don't
Cult.
Fear the Reaper. Good one. I don't know how you got that one. You pulled that one out of there. If you don't know this one, we're just done. Even and like you and I as friends. What famous actor is Michael's mask a likeness of?
Oh my God.
You're literally looking at it.
Michael Jackson. No, it is totally Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner.
William Shatner is correct.
I can tell.
The main events of the movie take place in what year? Come on, you know this one. Come on, you can feel it.
72.
Oh, you were so close. Sort of. Axwell, he was born in 72.
Oh.
So it must have taken place in... Oh, wait, that makes no sense. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, about to say 71.
78. 78. I was thinking 6 years old. Don't listen to me. Let's see. Adult Michael is listed as what in the end credits? And if you...
Is it The Shape?
Yes! You got it. This is the hardest one on here, and you got it, dude. Good job.
No,
Nice.
I get that because that's Michael Myers' name in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. Well,
The
also
Shape.
in the 2018 requel, Jamie Lee Curtis refers to him. She's like, I saw the shape again.
The Shape of Evil.
All right, last one. The official poster for the movie features what tagline? You know
Trick
it.
or treat.
No. You know it.
Halloweenies.
Okay.
Best of beanies.
All right, I'm going to give you the first two words. The night.
The night we are young. The night that the trick or treating stopped early
You got it.
because Charlie Brown got
No,
too
you
many
stopped.
rocks.
You had it.
Oh.
The night he came home.
Oh,
Dun dun dun. Dun dun.
I got so many easy questions for you.
Really?
Yeah.
You told me to give you like hard questions, you know?
Well, no,
but apparently you meant literally I need trivia questions for my trivia. So I completely did not understand the assignment. So
I got a trivia question for you.
I would say I'm sorry, but I really enjoed that. I gotta be honest.
During the filming of John Carpenter's Halloween, there was a drought, and they were also filming during the summer. During the entire production of Halloween, how many pumpkins were used?
During the entire filming?
During the entire filming of Halloween, how many pumpkins were used?
2.
Close. 3.
Oh,
3 pumpkins were used because they could not find any goddamn pumpkins.
damn. 3 pumpkins.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. So good though, by the way. One of my it's on my top 10 for Halloween movies. Check out that stream if you haven't seen that. Movies to watch around Halloween.
All right, so I've got one trivia here that I think you're going to ace. So I don't want to ask you that one. Nope.
Thanks, jackass.
Yep. Nope, not at all. Oh wow, that's actually really easy too. Yeah, that's really easy. Man, never mind. I got all these easy ones for you.
Is this Halloween related or just in general?
Yeah. Oh no, this is Halloween.
Like the movie Halloween?
No, not the movie. This is just general spooky.
All
trivia.
Hallows Eve.
Here we go. Which zombie-filled horror franchise main setting is the fictional city of Raccoon City?
Resident Evil.
Correct. Which cast member of Friends got their film debut as the character Tori Redding in 1993's
Jennifer
Leprechaun?
Aniston.
Correct. In the Hellraiser franchise, what is the name of the puzzle box used throughout the franchise?
So this is interesting. Okay. My buddy, Jeremy Branch, the pop culture nihilist, who's also is running the Lucid Memory channel I mentioned
He's
earlier.
under the desk right now, isn't he? He's under your desk.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. He had a video that I checked out today about his the recent Hellraiser movie. I have never seen a single Hellraiser movie. So, what is the name of the box?
Yes.
The Cinebox. See what I did there?
It is known as the Lament configuration.
Oh my god, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrible. Number 4, what type of animal is the character Church from Stephen King's Pet Sematary?
Fuck, I've never seen that either. Church is a cat.
Correct. Who directed 2005's War of the Worlds?
I'm just gonna start typing here. Unrelated. No. I know this, and Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning,
Yes,
Steven Spielberg.
it is totally Spielberg. Number 6. What does Charlie Brown receive as a treat from every house he visits while trick-or-treating in 1966's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
God damn it!
He says it like 8 times
I
throughout the
know,
entire cartoon.
and I'm drawing a blank. I don't know.
I got a rock.
Oh my god!
He got a bag of rocks for Halloween. Number 7.
I haven't watched it yet this year, man. The last 2 years, just with COVID, like.
Go watch it. Go watch it. Hang up with me right now. Go watch it. What
All right.
are the names of the 2 brothers, one whom is killed in Stephen King's It?
The names of the 2 brothers?
Yes.
Georgie and oh my god, the main freaking character.
Yes. Yes.
Stop.
Hey, Georgie.
I just said Georgie.
I know, Georgie.
Oh my god.
I know you're typing subtly with one hand.
I'm not. I'm not typing. Damn it. Tim?
Billy.
Billy.
Because he had a stutter, and that's what it used to.
Billy?
Anyways, used to call him. Yeah.
Billy doesn't sound right. Okay.
Billy.
Yeah.
Number 8. What item must be lit by a virgin on Halloween to summon the Sanderson sisters in Hocus Pocus?
The black flame candle.
Correct. Number 9. What franchise is said to be cursed following the deaths of cast members Heather O'Rourke and Dominique Dune? He's so quiet. Right now.
I feel like I know, like I've heard this, but I don't know the answer.
Everyone.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Correct answer is Poltergeist.
Oh, yes.
Poltergeist. Yeah, Dominique Dune, God rest her soul, was murdered by her boyfriend shortly after the film's release.
That's right. Little
And then Heather O'Rourke, Carol Ann, died of a misdiagnosed Crohn's disease.
Yeah, you know what sucks is like we had a lot of these on my top 10 Halloween movie list, and I'm failing horribly at this because I haven't watched them yet.
This is one of these ones you should get it really quick. I think only 2 teams got this last night. Probably the biggest spoiler in 5 minutes into a movie ever. The opening of John Carpenter's The Thing. A man is yelling in a foreign language, "Get the hell away. It's not a dog. It's imitating a dog. It's not real. Get away, idiots." What was the foreign language used?
You Norwegian.
It was totally Norwegian. That's all I got for you, Colb. I got like 3 more pages of that shit. I got one more spooky trivia to do this year, and I'm really excited.
I enjoyed that movie too. I don't know if we talked about it since we did our Halloween stream because we haven't seen it. You came over and we watched the thing. I mean, really good, man. Really, it makes you think about it. There's no right or wrong way to really interpret it. I think. Yeah,
it's great. I'm glad I've seen it already. I don't have to I don't have to spend another 2 hours watching the thing again. But anyway, Cole, we got anything else we want to chit chat about?
You're caught up on House of the Dragon?
I am caught up. Next week we're talking more about it.
How awesome was that final scene? Just like fuck around and find out is basically what she was.
This is what I'm gonna do because you have told me that people haven't watched up to the new stuff. I just wanted to give everybody a big old spoiler alert for next Tuesday. We will talk about this show at length. Full spoilers.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes.
I can't think of a single moment I've been bored during the show, which should tell you that there's a lot of dialogue, spoiler alert, in any Game of Thrones property or House of the Dragon, and you're not bored.
I keep waiting for the filler episode or the bad episode, and it just doesn't happen.
Nope.
And I'm just like, this is so good, dude.
It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait for this. The only thing that sucks though, it's over.
Yeah.
It's just like that's the only thing that sucks. we go into another drought of no more must-see TV.
Well, at least we don't have to watch, this anymore.
Stop it. Stop it. Oh, God. Ah, it's terrifying. This wasn't on Halloween trivia.
Here, is this more palatable?
Not like this.
Don't worry, I always have those ready to go. Okay. So.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Disney.
Fuck that show.
Anyway, we've joked around enough. John, appreciate your time, man. We should do this more often. Like maybe every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
We
How
should
about
try
that?
every Tuesday.
Yeah, let's
we
do
have a
that.
lot less stuff to talk about if we do it every Tuesday.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks for joining us. John and I both work and have lives, and we're both dads, and got significant others and all that stuff. So we try to make
not
time.
each other's significant other though. Yeah, we have to.
We
He's not
try
in the
to-
next room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's actually the next one. So we try to do this every Tuesday. Sometimes things come up. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. We're trying to grow the channel. Let us know if there's stuff you want us to check out, talk about on the podcast. We'll give it a look. John, any final comments before we end it?
No, man. Again, just always a pleasure to sit down and bullshit with you. This is just healthy communication.
Yeah,
I recommend you just everyone that ever sees this, call a friend. Call a friend, bullshit about this shit for an hour. You'll feel a lot better about your day, I promise.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Leave us a comment. We'd appreciate it. Give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Look out for some more videos soon. And as always, fan out.
Fan
See
out,
you
guys. Take it easy.